Welcome, everybody, to the MLB Home Run Betting Challenge, or as I like to call it, the Dong Report, where I bet $1 on my favorite MLB home run picks for the day. Now, we had been on an insane hot streak up until yesterday. The previous 3 days, we were up like 25 units in those 3 days alone. Unfortunately, that was never going to be sustainable. Yesterday, we ended up the day down $2.80. I gave out 8 home run picks. I only got one of those 8 to cash. As I mentioned, down $2.80 yesterday alone. But overall, still squarely in the green. It'll take a lot of rough days in a row to get us into the red. In about a month doing this, I am up over 42 units on these MLB home run picks. So, a couple housekeeping items before we get into today's picks. While you're here, if you are not already, would appreciate it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, then of course like and comment on the video as well. And then I also have a membership option for my YouTube channel as well. 2 different types of tiers for my membership plan. One is $1 a month. One is $5 a month. So if you're interested in becoming a Jedi in training, the very first link in the description of the video is where you can check that out. And that's in the beta stage. There's a ton of updates coming to the membership program as well. And that's it for the housekeeping items. So let's get into these picks. I have 6 total home run picks for you guys today. Assuming we get all 6 to hit, which if we're being honest, we probably will. We will profit 29 units today if we get all 6 to hit. And of course, if you put them into a parlay, you will be rich enough to buy a small island. Not quite, but close. So let's get into it. Play number 1. This is in the Cardinals versus Rangers game. We're taking Jonah Heim to hit a home run. That is at plus 630 odds at FanDuel. Now, the EV page must love Jonah Heim because this is now the 3rd straight game that we will be backing him to hit a home run. Now, 2 days ago, he cashed for us. That was great. Yesterday, he unfortunately did not. So let's see today if we can go 2 of 3. Obviously, everything I said yesterday about Jonah Heim pretty much still applies today, aside from the fact that he is now 1 game further from his last home run after hitting one the day before. One thing that's obviously crazy different is the pitching matchup. And for today, the Cardinals are throwing out Matthew Liberatore on the mound, who obviously Jonah Heim will be going against. Now, Liberatore has only pitched 11 innings this year, and he has a pretty rough ERA at 4.91, but he hasn't given up a home run yet this year, which I imagine will change today. Let's hope that the change that makes it is Jonah Heim catching this plus 630 prop for us as play number 1. Next up, in the Mets versus Braves game, we are taking Austin Riley to hit a home run plus 450 odds at Caesars. Now, we're going to have 2 picks for this game. Both players are going to be on the Braves. The reason why you want to target a Braves hitter, Carlos Carrasco is pitching for the Mets, who not having a great year, to put it lightly. He's been around for 14 years now, so he's been around for a while, but he's having a rough year. He's got a 5.74 ERA, and he's given up 6 home runs and only 31 in a third innings pitched. So he's definitely a pitcher that you want your batters to be going against. As for Riley, about a week ago, he was pretty hot during a series against the Phillies. In a 4-game series, he hit a total of 3 home runs. In one game, he hit 2 home runs in one game. Then he hit a home run in the last game. But that is the last home run he hit was in that last game of the Phillies series, which was May 29th. So it's been a little bit since Austin Riley hit a home run, which is probably going to change today as he has a great opportunity to do so going up against Carlos Carrasco. Next up for the Braves, obviously in this same game, is Eddie Rosario to hit a home run plus 500 odds at FanDuel. Now, obviously, Rosario will also be going up against Carlos Carrasco, and that is a pitcher that Eddie Rosario has had a ton of success off of in his career. He's gone against him 38 times. He's got 38 at-bats against him. He's batting .342 and has hit 3 home runs against him as well. That's really good, and Rosario is also in the midst of a heater. He's only got 8 home runs on the year, which obviously isn't a ton, but he's hit 3 in his last 3 games. He hit 1 yesterday, and then he hit 2 home runs in the same game 3 games ago. So going up against Carlos Carrasco, a pitcher that he's had a ton of success against, he's got a great chance to keep up that hot streak tonight, cashing this home run prop for us. Next up, a play in the Athletics versus Pirates game. We are locking in Brian Reynolds to hit a home run at plus 420 odds at FanDuel. Now, talk about a pitcher that you're going to want to target. That would be James Caprillion, who will be pitching for the Athletics, who obviously Brian Reynolds will be batting against. That guy has an astounding 8.12 ERA on the year and has given up 7 home runs in 37 and 2/3 innings pitched. Just crazy the amount of success the batters have had against him. Even better news is that if you're worried that the Pirates are going to chase Caprillion out early, guess what? The Athletics bullpen has given up the most home runs in the entire MLB by a wide margin too, by a crazy wide margin between them and the team that has given up the second most home runs. Looking at Reynolds specifically, unfortunately, I will admit he doesn't have a ton of pop in his game. He's only got 8 home runs on the year, and he's got 2 in his last 10 games. But if he was ever going to go yard in a game, it would be this game tonight, going against the A's and their horrendous pitching staff / starting pitcher going up tonight. So we'll back him to cash for us tonight. Now I have 2 picks left, and they're both going to be in the Dodgers versus Reds game. The first one, we are going with Mookie Betts to hit a home run plus 300 odds at FanDuel. Now, this is the juiciest game of the night when it comes to weather and home runs to being hit, right at Reds Stadium. It's hot at the Reds Stadium and the wind is blowing out of the ballpark. So basically, if anybody can get a hold of a ball, it'll probably travel out of the park. Now, Mookie Betts is awesome, and we'll get to him in a little bit. But the Reds pitcher is definitely someone that you're going to want to target for home runs to be hit. He's not a great pitcher in Luke Weaver. He's given up 11 home runs in 43 and 2/3 innings pitched. And yeah, as I mentioned, Mookie Betts is awesome. He has 15 home runs on the year, and he just had a stretch literally 5 days ago where he, in back-to-back games, he hit 2 home runs in back-to-back games. And then he has another home run in the 10-day stretch as well. So he's got 5 home runs in the past 10 games. The guy's an awesome player. If there was ever a night he was going to maybe even hit 3 home runs, it would be this game against this pitcher with this weather, assuming he can just get one ball directly on the barrel. That's going to fly out. So Mookie Betts as our second to last pick of the evening. And last up, still in the same game, Dodgers versus Reds, we're going with Matt McLean to hit a home run plus 600 odds at FanDuel. Now, I will admit that this one is a little scary. Obviously, it's still being played at Red Stadium, so the weather is a plus, but this one isn't quite as good as the Mookie Betts one. Now, Matt McLean, another player that we went with yesterday that we unfortunately did not have any success with. So similar to Jonah Heim earlier, pretty much everything I said about Matt McLean yesterday also applies today. We're just one game further removed from his last home run. Still a young stud player for the Reds. Now, the scary part here is the pitcher for the Dodgers is an absolute stud in Tony Gonsolin. He's got a super low ERA, 1.77 ERA. He's given up only 4 home runs in 35 and 2/3 innings pitched. So this one, like I said, is a little bit scary, but that's also why it's plus 600 odds. So Matt McLean, young player, maybe he gets one to go yard. The system that I've been going with has been tremendously successful so far, so I'm not going to back off today with someone like this that feels a little bit scary. And that rounds out our 6 home run picks for the day. If you're tailing any and all of these 6, comment and let me know. If there's a player that you like to hit a home run that I did not mention, comment and let me know as well. Other than that, remember, as I mentioned, the housekeeping items, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment as I just mentioned, become a Jedi and training member if you're interested. Thanks for watching and have a good one.